Hi, this is Rajat Kumar Shukla from Perpetual Learning. Today we will discuss about the further lectures of the power electronics, that is based on the power and energy computations, basic parameters of the power electronics, waveform analysis using Fourier series. So here, we all are aware here from the power and energy computation, which is the basic of the network analysis. Here basic parameter is related to how to calculate the power factor, how to calculate the distortion factor, how to calculate the total harmonic distortion of the converter. Here the waveform analysis, which is based on the Fourier series, we will discuss later. Let's start about it. So basically the power and energy computation. So what is the power? Here in the power in the network, in the electrical system, there are different kind of power. The name is here instantaneous power. Okay, this power basically in terms of the time or angle, you can say time or omega t. Okay, this term the instantaneous power is in the function of the time. So basically it is varying with the time. So if I say this is sinusoidal in fashion, or kind of 1 minus cosine of omega t in fashion. Okay, so if it is coming here, so the x-axis is the time and y-axis is the power. So this is called the instantaneous power. Based on this instantaneous power, you can calculate the average power. Here you can calculate the average power, and usually average power is a main term in the power electronics. Okay, so how to calculate the average power? Obviously the normal integration method, 1 upon t, t naught to t naught plus t p of t into dt. Remember, I'm talking about here AC power, AC system. Okay, I'm not talking about here DC system, because in the DC system you can easily calculate the power in the same function of the V into I. Okay, but in the AC system you have to be calculate in this fashion, 1 upon t p of t, integration of power with respect to time from t naught to t naught plus t. Capital T is a time period. Okay, where this power again it will cycle. Okay, so this is the term of the power. So basically the overall conclusion of this slide, that is instantaneous power. What is the instantaneous power, how to calculate the average power from the instantaneous power, and the energy. So basically in the AC circuit system, you can say the relation between the energy in terms of the joule, in terms of the work. So this energy can be related to this power. This is the power. Okay, so this is the power and this is the energy term. So in the AC system, you can calculate, you can relate it in this fashion. T of this instantaneous power, you will calculate the energy in this fashion. Okay, so you can say you should know about the instantaneous power to calculate the other parameter like average power, like energy in the AC system. Okay, remember, this instantaneous power P of t is equal to V of t multiply I of t. What is the V of t? What is the I of t? V is the instantaneous voltage, I is the instantaneous current. As you know, in the electrical system, firstly you have to know about the instantaneous value. Based on that instantaneous value, you can calculate the average term, you can calculate the RMS term. Okay, so in the voltage and in the current parameter, V is the RMS. You can calculate the average value. You can calculate the RMS value. Okay, that's okay. But when you will say based on this V, based on this current, when the system is absorbing the power, when the system is supplying the power. Okay. So if it is a passive element, I can say this is usually a passive element where plus minus always be what showing here, plus minus is here, I mean of the voltage term, and what current is flowing inside this passive element, or in this inside this element. Let's say you don't know about it, is it a passive element or active element? Okay, so forget about it. So if it is plus and minus v of t and current is inside here, then you can say this element is absorbing the power. Okay, maybe if it is resistive element, then again you can say, and it will dissipate in the terms of heat, or maybe different kind of fashion. If it is a inductor, then it will store the energy and it will release the energy. When it will release the energy, so you can say this is a supply, this will act as a supply power. So you can say inductor and capacitor. So this remember, in the power electronics there are resistor, there are inductor, and there is a capacitor. Okay, it will showing in this fashion, in the kind of coil and kind of two parallel plates. So yeah, so RLC, so this three element is very important in the power electronics. Okay, this is the inductor and this is the capacitor, can absorb the power, can supply the power, because this is the energy storage element. But R can't, R cannot be, because R is not a energy storage element, but it can dissipate the energy in terms of heat. Okay, so when the voltage convention is in fashion, and current, the conventional current direction in this fashion, but I is oppositely flow, what showing here in the black symbol, I mean upward sign, upward sign. So at the situation, the power will supply, and that means this element is supplying the power. So remember, convention you should remember, otherwise you will confuse about the, this is transferring the power, or this is supplying the power. Okay, so as you know, inductor and capacitor. Okay, so the inductor and capacitor will store the energy in the half Li square mathematical values, and capacitor will store the energy in the terms of half Ci square. As you know, the inductor will store the energy in the electromagnetic fashion, but capacitor will store the energy in the electrostatic fashion. Okay, average power. Okay, so in the AC circuit system, inductor and capacitor, the average power will be equal to zero, always be, in the both case. Okay, if you are talking about average values of the voltage in the inductor. Okay, so average value of the voltage in the inductor in the AC circuit system is equal to 0, and in the capacitor it will be equal to 0. You can prove it if you know about the some network analysis, or if you know about the some periodic functions. Okay, so you can prove it. Okay, but remember here one more statement you have to be put here in the inductor, in the capacitor explanation, that is for periodic current. Remember, for the periodic current, the average voltage value in the inductor will be 0. Okay, similarly for in the capacitor, for periodic voltage, the average current in a capacitor is 0. So remember, in this two term, voltage and current, what voltage, what current, which parameter is periodic, then which parameter will be 0, you should remember about it. Here let's say you have a multiple components, multiple electrical components, let's say R, let's say inductor, let's say capacitor, all are get together in the fashion of the series, in the fashion of parallel. So let's say firstly I will talk about the, if it is connected in the series, then what about the voltage RMS value? As you know, RMS stands for the root mean square value, where the square terms, let's say x of t, I know that this is the instantaneous value, maybe this is voltage, maybe this is current. So the square, root mean is square, that means square of the root mean. Okay, sorry, root mean of the square. So firstly you will square it, then you will calculate the root mean. So how to calculate the root mean? Similar fashion, I mean in the integration function dt, and then you will square root. Okay, firstly you have to be calculate the square of that term, that instantaneous value, and then you will calculate the root mean. Okay, so here three terms is involved: root, mean and square. RMS value, how you will calculate it? So let's say you have a two component R and L. Okay, this is the R, this is the inductor. Okay, and this is a voltage of T, and this is a VR of T. What voltage is dropping? What is a volt inductor voltage is dropping? So what current is flowing through this devices? Sorry, through this R and L. This is the I, which is a common mode. Okay, well, common mode, that means same current will flow through the R and same current will flow through the inductor. So if you draw the phasor diagram, which is this is a current I, what is the voltage dropping through that R? This is a VR, because it is in phase, because R will not make any phase lagging or leading through that. What current is flowing through that R? Okay, so that is the reason VR and I will be in phase. Okay, and VL is leading from 90 degree from the current. Okay, this is a VL. So you will say this is a orthogonal. Okay, this is orthogonal. What is the meaning of orthogonal? What is the role of orthogonal in the calculation of the RMS value? So total V of T, as you know, you can directly add, subtract, or multiply, divide, because of this instantaneous value. You cannot in the AC system. Remember, you cannot be directly add or subtract uh, in the phasor analysis. So this is the advantage of the instantaneous value of the AC system. So okay, so what voltage is dropping? If I want to know what is the RMS value here, what is the equivalent RMS value voltage here? So it is obviously VR of T plus VL of T. Okay, so to calculate the RMS value, I will square it and then I will calculate the square mean. This is 1 upon T. Okay, and then square it. Okay, so square root, then square root it. Okay, so I will square root, but later, but for now just I want to calculate the square first of all. So I will whole square it, and then, as you know, using a formula, then VL of T square 2 into VR for this drawing. So this is the orthogonal shape. Okay, that means their product will be equal to 0. So you can only, you have to be know about the only the square plus square plus addition. Okay, you need only the square terms required. If you are adding the one more component, let's say again R, or again any impedance which is the function of the R, maybe which is a function of L, which is function of C, then you have to be calculate the what is the voltage crossing here only, and then you have to just VZ, let's say, then you have to just add the square, and again this will be infinite times will cycle. So yeah, so the equivalent RMS voltage, you can say this will be in this fashion. Okay, you have to just first RMS value, then second RMS value, then third RMS value. So the equivalent fashion, I mean, in one mathematical formation, you can say this value will come. Again, here the most important point, the different frequency. Okay, suppose I of T has a, I will show you what is the meaning of different frequency. So different frequencies product will be 0. Okay, here, so power calculation you can calculate by this equation. So what is the meaning of different frequencies? Okay, so here is showing, suppose there are one component where dropping is a V of T in this fashion, and what current is flowing through this fashion, I of T. Okay, sorry for that drawing. So yeah, I of T is here and voltage of T. So you can say here only 377 T omega, because it is a radian, because it is in terms of the omega T. So omega is equal to here 377 7 radian per second. Okay, so I of t have a different frequency here, because here equivalent omega is 2 multiply 377, here 3 multiply 77. If you multiplied it I of t multiply v of t, then what will happen? Because you have to calculate the power absorbed by the load, so it always be a average value. So firstly you have to calculate the instantaneous power. So v of t multiply I of t, so v of t is here 100. Only the same frequency you have to be you have to be multiplied it. So here the DC term is 0, here the here the DC term is 8, so it will be 0 plus here the 377 only multiplied it, so 100 multiply 15 multiply cosine, and then what is the angle between them, and other portion will be 0. Okay, because they have a different frequency angle between this current value, between this voltage, here you will mention. So what is it? This is obviously 30 degree, because here 0 degree and there is difference between the 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree here, and the other portion will be 0. So what you get, 100 multiplied 15, so 1500 cos 30 degree, that means root 3 by 2. Okay, so you can calculate the p of t is here. So average value you can calculate. I have just used this expression. This is the average value. You can calculate it directly without interrupting the another, without thinking about the another parameters. Okay, what is the power factor? So power factor, you can calculate it by the average power what is there and what is the apparent power. So as you know, the active power, there are three powers: active power, reactive power, and apparent power, apart from instantaneous power. Okay, so average power you can calculate it by the instantaneous power, and you could, to calculate the apparent power, you should know about the that system. Let's say what system is here, you know about the as RMS value multiply RMS current. I'm just brushing the network part, because in power electronics it is very important to know about this parameters. Okay, fine. So this average power, you have this RMS voltage, you can calculate it. Here peak value is given, so 100 by square root of 2, you can directly calculate it. Okay, that means I'm saying RMS value is here, so peak value you know, and this is the sinusoidal waveform, because cosine or sine you this is given, so square root of 2 you can directly calculate it. Okay, to calculate the RMS value of the current, how to calculate it, I will show you in the further slides. But for now, okay, you can but for now you just assume that this is the IRMS value. Okay, what is the distortion factor of the load current and what is the total distortion, I will show you in the further slide. Okay, so let's move, and yeah, here as we know, in the power electronics there are two kind of waveform. This is a sinusoidal fashion and another is a non-sinusoidal. For the sinusoidal fashion, the normal terms to calculate the power, to calculate the RMS value or average values, it is easy to calculate. But what about the non-sinusoidal function? Because this is involving with a different frequencies. So how you will sort out? So non-sinusoidal waveform, that means key here sinusoidal fashion is look in this fashion. Okay, and then again it is repeating, but in the non-sinusoidal fashion, maybe in this fashion. Okay, it will come in this fashion. This is looking as a sinusoidal, but here is a no here is a zero level is introducing, but here in the zero level it is not introducing, it is just a zero crossing, but not, you can't say this is a zero level. Okay, so okay, so this is non-sinusoidal, or there are multiple kind of non-sinusoidal waveforms is there, and this is usually introduced in the rectifier term in the input side, and the inverter term in the output side. Okay, okay, so non-sinusoidal waveform will be can be characterized by the Fourier series. Okay, and Fourier series can be shown in this fashion, where a naught is a average value. Okay, and will be calculated by this equation. but before it you should know about the what is the instantaneous value, because instantaneous value is very important to calculate the average, the RMS, and different parameters. Okay, so here is a Fourier coefficient an and bn, and you can calculate the an and bn, and in the composite fashion you can write it what showing the equation. Similarly, this is a cn, this is a one of the good modification of the Fourier series, I guess, because Cn is equal to, you can directly add the An and Bn. That means you can directly use those expression in terms of the only one expression Cn, okay, in the sinusoidal fashion. Okay, so whatever you feel you are convenient with that equation, you can use it. Now, as I said, there are three kind of power: active power, reactive power, and apparent power. To calculate the RMS values, you can calculate A naught square plus Cn upon square root of 2 whole square kind of thing. Otherwise, you can say this is a naught square An square plus Bn square upon 2. Sorry, this is a 1 fundamental value, let's say. Then again, here A2 square plus B2 square upon 2, if any a2 b2 coefficient is there. Similarly, plus a3 square plus b3 square upon 2, and all are in square root. Sorry, here no space, that's why I have not continuously write. But remember, you have to just put the say n is equal to 1 2 3, and it will move till the infinite times. Sorry for this drawing. So here the intention of this the intention of this figure, this figure, it is about the, it is showing the non-sinusoidal term. If it is in voltage, this instantaneous values in voltage term, you can say the other harmonic, and let's say n call the harmonics. Okay, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, this is the harmonics. Only n is sorry only n is equal to 1 is a fundamental term, which is a usable term, and other parameter n equal to 2 3 4 5 till the infinite, it is not usable term. Okay, or non-intentionally it is coming. So uh, you can directly say the Fourier analysis in terms of the voltage, you can directly adding different voltage sources. So this is for the fundamental, and others are the harmonics terms. Okay, so this is the fundamental, which is usable term. It may become DC, may become, and this obviously it may become. So this is showing the Fourier extraction for the voltage. Okay. In the back slide, which is showing the how to calculate the RMS value. So IRMS, sorry, let me change the color. Okay, so IRMS here, you can calculate square root of TC term 80 square. Here you have to see, and the Fourier coefficient of 15 square. Other parameters 15 square, doesn't care about the what, there is some angle is happening, doesn't matter. Only the portion is a what is a coefficient. Okay, so 15 square, okay, upon 2 plus 6 square upon 2 plus 2 square upon 2, and calculate it and directly square root the all portions. So you can directly calculate the IRMS value. Okay, so I hope you now you are aware how to calculate the RMS voltage, what is the role of instantaneous power, how to calculate the power and energy, and what is the role of Fourier series. Okay, so now I'm going on the some advanced features of the Fourier series. You should know about it, and it will very helpful in the further lectures. Okay, so the half wave symmetry, this is the one of the only two important parameters, which is half wave symmetry or quarter wave symmetry. This will play the very important role in the power electronics analysis. So two kind of waveform is here. One is a waveform kind of in this fashion. Okay, kind of in this fashion. And the another waveform, the waveform kind of in this fashion. Okay, if I say this is the name of v2 of t and this is the name of v1 of t. Okay, so if let's say, and the time period of it is a t, and here the time period is here is a t, so t by 2 somewhere here. I'm assuming t by 2 is here, I'm assuming, remember. So I'm taking somewhere time is here. So I mean time period, that means here, that means this is a zeros to t by 2 is here. So and this is a zero reference. So if I am taking the time t somewhere here equal to 0, sorry, here, otherwise it is very difficult to say where is the time. Okay, so this I'm assuming this is somewhere time is here. So if I'm adding t by 2, so from 0 this is t by 4 and this is t by 2. Remember, this is a t by 2 and from 0 this is a t by 4, and I am taking the time here t and I'm adding the time t by 2 here. So I am somewhere here. Okay, so which is a negative value. Okay, that means here is a time v naught of t, here is a time v naught of t plus t by 2, where the magnitude will same but the sign is opposite. Let's say this is a v1, let's say this, let's say this is a x, and let's say this is a minus x. Okay, so this is a minus value. This, if it is a 60 volt, then it is a minus 60 volt. I'm just saying, if x value, if I'm taking the 60 and minus 60, then so this is a valid for the half wave symmetry. What about this figure? If I am taking this waveform, and again if I am here, I mean this time is here, this is a 0 to t by 2, and I am adding a t by 2 here, then I am somewhere here. Okay, t by 2 here. So that means this is a v naught of t. So let's say this is a 60 volt and this is a minus 60 volt. So 60 volt at the time t, if t plus t by 2, then minus 60 is here. T plus t by 2 minus 60 is here, which is where the magnitude is same but the sign is opposite. This is called the condition of the half wave symmetry. If the half wave symmetry condition is happening, that means there is an average value of the Fourier series equal to 0, and there are only odd harmonics will come, where that means n is equal to 1 3 5 7 is only here. Even harmonics will reduce, that means n will not be equal to 2 4 6 8 kind of thing. So here obviously two condition involved. First is a odd function and another one is a even function. Okay, so even function v naught of t is equal to minus v naught of minus t, that means in the time reflection. So I have said this is a time, so again let me draw the same diagram here. Okay, so this is a t and this is a t by 4 and this is the condition of t by 2. Okay, so if I am time here, my time is here, if just reflect the time in the negative side in the mirror image minus t, then magnitude will be same. Okay, so this is the called the even function. Okay, where the magnitude will be same if you change the reflection of that time or mirror of that time. If this condition is happening, that means bn is equal to 0, bn coefficient will be 0, and a naught is not equal to 0. In the case of an, you will calculate kind of in this fashion. Remember, in a normal Fourier series coefficient an, there is a 2, but if it is following the even function, then it will change from 0 to not 0 to this is change 0 to t by 2 instead of what is the t here. Okay, so a bn will be 0. Okay, for the odd function the same case will happen, but only here the condition is the waveform will be changed. I mean, here, sorry, in this diagram, in the upper one, in the upper and the second side. So here the waveform is look in this fashion, where if you change the reflection of time, that means from here to here, that means it should be negative side. Okay, that means in this fashion, if this condition is happening, that means the average value will be 0 and an coefficient will be 0. Parameters, the distortion factor. In the distortion factor, you will calculate by the fundamental RMS by the total RMS value. As you know, the total RMS value is equal to average square I1 coefficient square by 2 plus I2 coefficient square by 2 plus I3 coefficient by 2. This may be terms of the an square plus bn square by an square plus bn square, maybe, and it will move up to the infinite times. So remember, these are terms of the distortion factor. So you have to calculate the fundamental RMS and then you have to calculate the RMS value. Okay, this question sometimes occur in the students. How to calculate the fundamental RMS? There are no need to extra calculation. You have to just calculate the fundamental term of the I1 fundamental term only. You have to just encounter the fundamental values and from the instantaneous value, and then the other terms will be 0. Okay, now the how to calculate the power factor in terms of the distortion factor, because these are non-linear loads or non-sinusoidal current will draw. So you can say this is the power factor you can calculate from it. So TSD is here. Remember, there are some relation TSD and distortion factor. Okay, so it will happen here. One more important point I want to calculate it. What is it? So this is basically, I mean, this term what is showing here, this what is the meaning of TSD is high or low. So this term is showing nothing but the harmonic, RMS square. Okay, square root what is the I1 RMS square. Okay, this is the harmonic component. That means if TSD is less, so harmonic component in the waveform will be very less. So if TSD is less, that means if TSD is a 10%, that means the waveform have a very low harmonics compared to the 90% of the TSD. Okay, the relation between the TSD and distortion factor is showing here. Is where is a distortion factor. If you just put the values from this distortion factor to this TSD equation, then you can easily calculate the relation. Okay, here is the two another term which is not very famous, but you can use it, which is nothing but form factor is a RMS voltage, RMS values of that value, RMS values of that current or voltage. Here this is the average value of that current. Crest factor is a peak to RMS value ratio. The now we have the basic parameters. Now we have the basic parameters, which is distortion factor, power factor. In terms of the distortion factor, TSD, which is a very important. Now we have the Fourier series analysis, half, where I know the half wave symmetry. Sorry for this drawing. Half wave symmetry. Another is even function, odd function. Okay, now I have to only show the quarter wave symmetry. What is the quarter wave symmetry of the Fourier series, and then I will show you what is the advantage of the quarter wave symmetry, and some waveform, some power and energy computations we have as we aware in the starting of slide. So now this is a summary of this lectures. So now how to calculate the how to analyze the waveform of Fourier series and what is a quarter wave symmetry, I will show you in the further lectures. If you have any suggestions, any doubts, any comments, you can comment us. You can WhatsApp us. You can send the message through this telegram, or you can send a mail using on this mail ID. Thank you.